A lot of teenagers used to ask me at one time that, so if God didn't want us to have sex, why did he give us the sexual emotions?
If there was no need for sex, the desires, the emotions, the feelings will not be there.
The desire you get is not dirty. It's actually a divine...
I need you to say that again.
It's not a dirty thing to feel that way. You are supposed to feel that way.
You were designed, to have those feelings.
Now, God didn't put the desire for you as a teenager so that you can have sex as a teenager.
The desires are there because, one, you're human. Two, it has a purpose. Sex has a purpose.
Doesn't matter who they are. You can be gay, straight, binary. You can be having sex on top of the mountain, top as a teenager. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Every human being knows you're not supposed to be having sex as teenagers. If you're a teenager, you have felt the pressure of sex. It's everywhere. It's one of the biggest pressure teens face nowadays. You know, it's from social media to the traditional media, movie, music, even friends in school. It's just everywhere. The message of sex, skinny dresses, you know, in some society itself, you know, the breast is not more a private part. It's just a part of the body. And you can do what you like and expose yourself. You know, it's all do it now, touch now, explore now. But what if I told you that that pressure is not new? Everyone, absolutely everyone, including myself, including your parents, including people that will come after you, will face the same self-pressure. And it is not impossible to handle it. What if I told you that there's a way to get out of it without being a part of it? That pressure, it's a recycling process that has been on a loop for a lot of generations now. And today, we're talking about how you can explore and come out of that pressure on top and not under, with no other than the number one teens coach, Ibelema. Welcome.
Hi, on top and under. It's a good way to start the conversation. Hi there. Please be back here. Let's get it.
Yeah, we have. Everyone have experienced it. You know, I'm just going to start. A lot of teenagers used to ask me at one time that, so if God didn't want us to have sex, why did he give us the sexual emotions?
I feel like so the analogy that's coming to my head is, if there was no need for water, you would not have a thirst for it. You won't even have a desire. You won't know what it's like. If there was no need for sex, the desires, the emotions, the feelings will not be there. And I think the feelings grow with you as you engage, interact in the world. So the desires are there because, one, you're human. Two, it has a purpose. Sex has a purpose. It's not purposeless. It's not just one of those things that happen to you. You are not random. You are designed with purpose in mind. You know how we say you're designed for a purpose, by purpose, with purpose. Same thing with sex. There is the purpose for it. There's a purpose for the feelings, the emotions, and all that. It is learning the purpose. And as with everything else, because we tend to put sex away like one big separate subject from our natural humanity, we've made it one big thing. It's part of your everyday living. And with everything else, as with everyday living, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable, which is now why we have this great conversation about sexual desires, feelings, and all that. So it's the same thing, like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I here? It's the same question. So it's not one is bigger than the other. It's just understanding, okay, I have these desires, I have these feelings, I have these emotions, and they cause me to act in different ways. It's learning it, understanding the purpose of it, and then deploying it properly. And we kind of have a framework to deploy, you know, so it's walking around the framework. So that's what I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, going with the water analogy, every time you're thirsty, you don't always
Drink
find water
water.
and drink. So, but more than that, God didn't put the desire for you as a teenager so that you can have sex as a teenager. He put the desire as a teenager so that you could learn different things while you're a teenager for not just marriage, for your future.
Yeah.
It's like your teenage age and the sexual desire, and it's not just the sexual desire that comes in the teenage age.
It's everything
The only
else.
thing is that the world has amplified
Exactly.
the sexual desire.
Exactly.
So you see they don't amplify the entire confusion you feel as a teen.
They don't even amplify the ambition you feel to want to do well.
You have all those
You
desires.
have all those
also.
things.
You
It's
have all
just
those
that one
emotions
is
from-
now louder.
Just that the world has played the sexual desire to be louder and to make you think that is uncontrollable without engagement.
Yeah.
So you are subtly falling into that trap. But there's a lot of things that come out in your teenage age. Sexual desire is just one of it.
It's just one of it.
So
and I think if you
let's start with putting it in its
yes,
place.
in perspective. Like, it's part of everything else. It's like dealing with anxiety, dealing with body awareness, dealing with self-awareness, dealing with confidence, getting to have friends, make friends, dealing with your parents. It's in the list that happens when you're a teenager. So it's just that they have increased the volume because they know that it is key.
Yeah.
If you fail at it as
You
a
probably will
teenager,
fail at the other
you fail
parts.
at everything else, because this is your body, mind, spirit working together in one act.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they took the hack for everything else and then they amplified it and then gave you like a framework that is not working.
So that's the first place I think I would like to even start with. To know that it's not just some mindy, deep, mystical.
It's not.
It's normal. There's nothing
It's
shameful.
just sex.
You should be able to talk about your sexual desires with your parents.
It's supposed to be.
You probably are not, but I'm just saying you should be able to have that conversation.
Even these days, right? I watch a lot of Korean movies, and not because I'm particularly interested. I like the language.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's easier for me to assimilate the language through a movie. So I'm realizing that the culture also plays an important role, because a typical Korean family will have the conversation about sex.
Wow.
And have the conversation about, kids. So because the conversation is normal and it's part of their growing process, they tend to be a little more modest and chaste because they understand the importance of it. So it's giving its place. So it used to really annoy me when I first started watching Korean movies, why it would take so long for them to hold hands, and holding hands was a big deal. But then I watched this particular documentary where the mom sat her daughters down and told them that something as simple as holding hands is a commitment. And you don't just hold hands with anybody. Yeah, you have friends, you play around and all that. But holding. So she broke it down and all. Well, they have also a fluid culture, because the minute they commit to saying that this person is the person that they like, they have professed their feelings, they have a introduction to the parents.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you can start living together and get married. Yes.
Okay, they've gone to the extreme.
So you see, the cultures also differ, but everybody is involved in the conversation of sex. Aunties, uncles, teachers. It's a conversation. It's not hidden.
Yeah, it's not a secret thing. It's not a shameful thing.
It's not shameful. In fact, they encourage it at certain points in your life. So it's not something that we're supposed to hide under the carpet. And I think also when you shroud something in mystery and in fear and shame, there's just the natural human tendency. And as a teenager, anything they say you should not touch.
That's
you're like a
4-year-old. Well, as a human, right?
As a human being, they say don't touch it.
It kind of trigger curiosity in your mind.
Why are you hiding it? And
Yeah.
also, if it's in the open and the conversation is, there for everybody, I think we'll have more perspective.
So you see, the desire you get is not dirty. It's actually a divine.
I need you to say that again.
Yeah, it's actually a divine desire.
It's not dirty.
It's not dirty.
Divine.
When you feel the sexual urge. This drive that's making you feel, hey, you've been programmed wrongly.
Yeah.
That if you're having that reaction, I just need you to know that you've been programmed wrongly.
Yeah.
It's not a dirty thing to feel that way. You are supposed to feel that way.
You were designed, to have
that way.
those feelings.
Now, some days your body will do you dirty. Yeah, it's true.
Some days, even the signposts will look sexy. If you can control, because it's your mind, there's the triggers that are happening, there's the curiosity, there's also the fact that the biology is working and all that. If you can control that, I think there's not much you can't control. It's a big key because, again, mind, body, spirit. It's a big key. Once you can do that as a teen, there's really nothing you can't handle.
Because you see the temptation, it's not even a temptation. So it's not
temptation.
Let's not even get into it as a temptation now, because we're not there yet. The trigger and the response of your body.
Yeah.
Learning to submit and subdue that gives you an edge in learning to control your emotions.
Exactly.
And not just your emotions to sexual urges, your emotions to everything that life presents.
Even how you eat.
So you are not, food don't turn you to a glutton. You get to the point where
get you into trouble.
Yes.
You would be able to manage.
So your ability to start beating that, it plays out in all these other areas.
Yes, it does.
So because those desires didn't come early to trap you. What didn't give it to make you fall? It actually gave it so that you could make you stand strong for the future.
Yeah.
That's what those things are there for. So if you don't learn how to handle them now, you fail at leadership.
Woefully.
Yeah, you struggle at your calling.
Yeah.
You struggle in your marriage.
Yes.
You struggle with
in regular relationships.
Yeah,
yes, you will.
You struggle with maintaining jobs. You will. You will struggle with hearing God on certain areas. And it's one of the reasons why it is amplified. Because your ability to maintain purity is a key component in your ability to stay within the line that God has called you to. So when purity is perverted, diversion is clear.
So when you say purity, I'm thinking about it in terms of outcomes. Your ability to be pure is an indicator of your integrity in a lot of places. If I can control, put my body, like Paul will say in the Bible, put my body under subjection. If I can do that, I can delay gratification on certain things. I can wait and not give in or give up when I'm looking for an opportunity or holding on for a promise or something that is supposed to come to me.
You have proof that God helps you.
You have staying power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was not just, you know the beauty, it starts from your teenage age and it might take you 10, 15 years.
To learn it.
Before you get married.
Yeah.
So you stayed all that time. You don't understand what it does to your mindset of believing God. Because I know people say things like, go and pour water on your body. Go and
there's a place for that, sir.
Sometimes you will do everything.
You will pour water, it will not work. It goes still they do you to run outside.
Then you see that it's God that carried you. That belief when you are able, that you only get when you go through the process. Nobody will be able to take from you.
And sometimes we circumvent the process.
That is why the pressure is loud. So if you are wondering why is he doing like, they are trying to steal
your staying power.
They're stealing
your
that
ability
experience.
to stay.
Yes.
To hold on, to be disciplined.
They're stealing it from you. You get married and
it goes still do you like that.
You'd cheat on your spouse.
With ease though.
Yes. And sometimes you might not cheat with somebody else. You'll just be masturbating at random.
Or you'll be a prostitute in your own house.
You can't stay. You would also realize that your ability to trust God for certain intimate, deep things would water down, because if God couldn't help you as a teen, are you sure He will help you now? So you double guess your belief and faith in God, and that itself hinders results. So you'll be fighting
Battles.
things that you should have avoided. So that's what is there for now.
Okay.
That's what is there for now.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Okay, as if you're thinking about something.
Something is, it's clicking in my head why, certain things that I've either said or experienced is coming into play. Because I remember one particular experience as a teenager. There was this man I liked. It was not a boy, it was a man I liked. And he was in sort of like a mentor role-ish. And every time he would say something, I wanted to always hang around him. I wanted to always be in his face, in his space generally. And I remember once where we were in a meeting with other people, and he said something like, because you have decided to hold on. And it was, I think it was even sex, purity, and fornication and all that, because it was the trending topics at the time. He said, because you have decided to hold on, to not give in to the desires that you have, which are normal, it's easier for you to have a clearer picture of where you want to go to without asking God for forgiveness 10 times in a day. I don't know why that thing clicked in my head at the time, but it stayed with me, because I was like, rather than doing the sinner's prayer all the time, I can just be focusing the prayer
Where it's supposed to be.
Where it's supposed to be, which is, I need to pass exam.
Yeah.
I need to get into this school. This is part of, okay, I'm distracted by the fact that this person is fine, but we have bigger things to do, right? So, and it also made me check, exposure. It also made me check what I was listening to. It made me also understand that there are certain places and certain seasons in my life. There are certain things I will listen to, watch. I think sometimes we feed our triggers, because you know how it's doing you.
Yeah.
You know that this particular song amplifies the feeling.
And that's part of the lack of self-control.
Yeah, it does.
Where you are not able to identify what your triggers are to avoid them.
Exactly. Because
so this one that you keep saying, it just happened.
It didn't just happen.
That's why
it started.
That's why you had the feeling, to show you that you don't have self-control.
So you now need to sit, and that's why it's important to understand that the feelings are normal.
Very normal. Purity is not the absence of the feeling.
No.
Or denying that you have the feeling.
In
or
fact,
pretend that you don't come.
It is the acknowledging.
Yes.
Of, I have this feeling now. I have this feeling for this person now. For this gender now. I'm not even sure we should even enter that side first. But I have the feeling, we're talking about straight.
Just stay straight.
Let's stay straight.
If you have the feeling for the other person, it's part of the lack of self-control.
We talk about it. So I have this feeling for this person right now. Why am I feeling like that? What did I listen to? What have I been exposed to over time? I remember that I used to read a lot in those days of M&B books, Mills and Boone. They are your equivalent to Wattpad and these drama stories now that are all over the place. I used to read hundreds of those books. And there was a type of person that the main character that people were always falling in love with looked like. Guess what? The guy was inside
Liking.
Yeah, it was inside that thing. So the frame was being pushed by something I had exposed myself to. Because now in retrospect, that person not my spec at all.
It's what happens. I used to listen to a lot of Joe. and Craig David.
Hey, what's that?
And they're always
David
singing
song?
about some heartbreak, the girl coming back, the girl
Trying to
flaunting.
remember all those Craig David songs now, Seth.
Then that became the image and the trigger and the scenario
the
and
picture and the story that you're
used to
telling.
watch a lot of One Tree Hill
Ooh.
and how you fall in love in high school. You don't learn. That's why you have it now to learn self-control.
Yeah.
Because you would need to regulate your world as you mature.
Yes.
As you mature.
Yeah.
You know, you start to realize that you get into places with people and they are triggering you a certain way. Then you say, I can't stay around you again. No offense. And you're not shy about it.
You got, like, in the speaking is your salvation. Like, you know that there is a kind of person that just makes you act crazy.
You're not sure about it.
You say,
you stay away.
I beg go.
The fact that you can't stay away is the reason why you're having the urges the way you are having now, and you need to be able to control them, because you need. See, when you get married, you get to moments in your marriage where you realize, the Holy Spirit taught me this last week. You realize why God said you need self-control in life, even in marriage. And the self-control is where God says you should not allow your emotions to drive your life. Your decisions to drive your life. Because you get to the point in marriage where your spouse and your marriage will demand that you have sex, but your mood and your emotion don't want to have. And you have to have sex. Now as you're a teenager, this is not your problem. You're like, no, me. You always wanted to have. Don't worry, when you get to marriage, you get to the point where you
don't feel like
you have to have sex,
but you don't
feel like having sex. Now you have to have this. It's urging me. This is doing you like this. You have to have it, and you have to bring your emotion to the table. That's why you will know.
Jesus.
So you see, a lot of people can't cross that bar because the only time they programmed themselves to have sex
is when
they felt like, and they kept feeling like and doing it when they were things like
so
you.
The pattern in your brain
that's the only pattern they think sex works.
And it's a neural pattern because, again, as a teenager, you are forming neural pathways in your head with repetition of the things that you're exposing yourself to over time. So it's going to bring the result. Except you interrupt that thing and start learning again.
So you see people say in marriage that you're not in the mood. What that is telling you is that they didn't learn
how not to do stuff when they were not in the mood.
Yeah, they didn't learn it. So you see how your future self needs your teenage self to be ready.
And it's not just in sex, because like we said at the beginning, where this conversation is a pathway to everything else, and it's because it's part of the normal growing up conversation in your life. It's part of it. This I am not in the mood thing that you said. It happens.
It goes across board.
It goes across board because
you don't read. Because you're not in the mood.
You're not in the mood. And it's only when you get into the mood. But imagine that you have a deadline. You have a boss, or you are the boss.
No, but you are usually in the mood a day to the exam. So you see how everything is tied together to your life. Because you say you quote inspiration as feeling. Say, I'm not in the mood. It's like, I don't feel like reading. So I'm not inspired to read. Inspiration is equated to feelings for you. Meanwhile, inspiration is supposed to be tied to purpose and discipline.
Finish.
So I have the inspiration to pass, which means the discipline requires is that I read and understand.
And then you do
and you
the
execute.
work.
But you've limited it now
to how I feel.
As I read it, I did not really get the vibe.
And it's the thing that we carry. We are looking for. And
the subject did not give me vibe. So you see, everything around you.
It has to be vibes.
It's now programmed around vibes and feeling. So what in quotes don't give you the pleasurable feeling is something you are not licensed to do. And that is now also a programming recipe for desire.
And it's
for destruction, rather.
And it's the thing that, your environment has capitalized on. Feel the vibe, feel the cruise, being.
When I say your environment, please, I need to be very clear that you are responsible for your environment.
Yes. You create and curate the environment.
You don't have purity by accident. You have to intentionally choose your environment, choose your company, and choose your habits. Purity will not just fall on you and say, I'm pure. You have to be the one to intentionally build it and maintain your environment for purity to be able to take you to the future you are looking for.
So in my head, I'm hearing teenagers go, oh, this thing is too much work. I beg. What is this? Can't we just... But again, you're the one who wanted to be the adult. You're the one that has been shouting, oh, they don't give us responsibility. They treat us like we are children. This is the growing up process. And if you skip it here, it's going to meet you. We don't skip classes.
You really don't skip it. You're just postponing what's inevitable. And the unfortunate thing is that you can postpone it till you die. You never pass. And that's how your life track would be.
Chai.
And that's so sad. But I don't agree with you when you say it's difficult. I understand when a teenager can listen to this and say, oh, seems difficult. The reason why it seems difficult is because it's new and foreign to you.
Yeah.
It's not the way you are living. That's the reason why it feels... You know what's difficult to me now? Listening to a Joe music.
Really?
I can't play it. I went somewhere the other day. I remember this recent because just 2 days ago, it was an anniversary. I went somewhere, they were playing the song. And I was like, what's this? Was I really listening to this?
I want to know what turns you on.
This is just rubbish. That's how I felt. My world has been completely reprogrammed. It doesn't trigger me anymore. In fact, I find those things that used to be how before as strange now. So I get it. It's like learning anything new. It can be difficult and inconveniencing at the beginning. But the reason why you might feel like it's difficult is because you are not used to living like this. And this is supposed to be the way you are living. And that's why you are not getting the results
that you are supposed to get.
So the satisfaction you are feeling, because even when, it doesn't matter who they are, you can be gay, straight, binary. You can be having sex on top of the mountain, top as a teenager. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Every human being knows they are not supposed to be having sex as teenagers. It doesn't matter how much you flaunt it. When they are done, even if they come out and say, it's cool, I'm telling you that every one of us, the way we've been built, we go back and lie down, we have a moment to say, I don't think I should have done that. And that's because the way our makeup is, we know that we could have gotten more. Even when you lie, you know that I don't think I should have done. This has nothing to even do with the Holy Spirit inside of you.
No,
it has everything to do with the way you are made up to know that.
Yeah.
You could have done better. So you know that you can live without having sex as a teenager. But the problem is you are not exposed to the programming that will help you deliver that life.
Yeah.
You know that you can do this, but your programming will not allow you to do this. And we're showing you what the different programming looks like, that you have to take charge of your... So first of all, we've established that this is the reasons why God put them there. God needs you to learn, grow, and understand certain things for your future. For every part of your life, not just marriage, every part of your life.
Every part.
They're all connected.
Yeah.
But to also achieve that, you need to build a word of purity. And it starts with your mind.
Yeah.
It starts with what you let into your mind. Many of you don't know how to catch your thoughts.
Oh, it's such a difficult thing.
You just allow your mind to
roam and wander, and anything should enter. It's also one of the reasons I really like the book of Proverbs. I feel like every teenager should read it once, twice, or in fact make it like part of the things that you read every month, because one a day.
Yeah.
One a day is enough for you to have wisdom. You don't have to understand it, you just have to be reading it. So there's a particular proverb that I remember reading probably in my 20s that made a lot of sense. Again, the things that you're exposed to form guardrails around you and start to form principles. And he says that a costless will not stand.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also a place where it says that a thought is like a bird building twigs on your head, a nest on your head. So imagine that a thought came, and liking the thought to a bird came and flew on top of your head. You left it. It stayed. You noticed that this head is palatable for what I want to do. So it carried twigs, small sticks, started to build nest. You left it. It built a complete nest on your head, settled in, now brought another bird to you. And then they stayed in your head, mated, gave birth to children. That's exactly what happens. A thought comes, you don't catch the thought as it comes. You don't even have the capacity first to know that this thought is not supposed to be the thought you are thinking. So you just allow the thought. So it enters and you go, oh, cruise vibe, and you let it be. It's going to stay. And then it's going to start to amplify because thoughts are things and they're tangible. It starts to attract like to it. So if I leave a thought long enough, best believe it's going to form a stronghold at some point because it will add one to another, and then you're now wondering, where did this thing even start from? So it's that ability to catch it. And I think we have Bible recipes for that. You bring your thoughts under subjection. You literally, the word picture there is you catch it, you bury it under something bigger.
When you were sharing that, I realized that our definition of dream is also obscured in a way that we think dreaming is just letting our mind wander.
Yeah.
But dreaming is supposed to be intentionally building pictures that you want for the future.
Exactly.
So we don't even know how to meditate or dream. Because it is the things you dream about that grows. And dreaming is meditating. You are constantly building the same mind pictures, the same outcome. And that's what grows on you. But you need to learn that. You need to learn that your mind is a space that you need to protect. You can't do anything about the first one that will come, like you're doing.
No. You can't do
Somebody
anything.
might just say something sexual. You might be scrolling
and you see something.
You can't do something about that first one.
But you can.
But the second one.
No, the second one was you.
The fact that the thing keeps showing on your FYP page, it means that
your feed,
you like it.
Minus that, it's also the fact that when we say environment, right, and environments that you're creating for yourself, it's not just physical. Now it's virtual, because what will show up on my feed, it's not what will show up on your feed.
No.
Because now we have moved from the era of social media to interest media. That's where we are.
Yeah.
That's why you're not seeing some of your friends like you would see
it's
them
the things
before,
you like that you are seeing.
That you're seeing. So
the algorithm is giving you what you want.
So if you check your algorithm, if you check the outcomes right now, you will know where your problem is starting from.
You have to be able to control this. So there's a natural part that your body, has a time sequence where it will naturally have urges. I think
what happens for boys? Because for
boys,
for girls, it's different.
It takes about 2 or 3 months before your body will you just have wet dreams.
Yeah.
Your body needs to just process all of the blood, and you wake up in the morning and there's sperm on your bed. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Your body is just processing. The girls get to have it flushed out every month.
Well, yeah, but before we have it flushed out every month, we have a window, your ovulation window, which is, again, your teenage age is for understanding your body, the psychology, the physiology, the biology, everything. Understanding. We have a window of like a week where anything looks attractive. And this is before period though. Anything looks no jokes. Everything, you are more predisposed to be wanting to be flirty. Your In fact, you're a lot finer in the season in that part, because it's almost like it's a mating hormone that has been released, which is oh, look at me, I'm fine and I'm ready to have sex. It is part of your body makeup because you will need it, going forward. But in that, somebody you have been talking to that you don't really send, you see that window, that boy is going to be attractive to you, as well as others, depending again on, because people are different.
Yeah.
So some of us have a higher sense of sexual awareness and drive. Some people is, mid. So you even have to understand all that growing up so that you understand how you navigate seasons like that, where you just notice that everybody don't they enter your eye a little too much. You have to, so normally when girls are like, I don't know why I'm just feeling like having sex, I'm dreaming about having sex and all that. And first question in my head is, are you ovulating? Because sometimes it might just be that.
Yeah.
Hormones. It might not be that. Then some people spiritualize it. Oh, I'm having sex in my dream. He says, sister, calm down. Is it ovulation period first? And then most of the time, it's, I'm like, okay. Let's now find out what you have been watching. Because it's almost like report card is going to happen to you. Don't watch. Don't listen. Engage in more physical activities. Put yourself inside the word of God. Read Bible. Sometimes it doesn't used to work. Talk to God about the fact that, hey, we're in this season again and I'm not sure how to navigate it. Have a conversation with somebody you trust so that you are learning the activity of accountability. You're also getting aware. You're proving discipline. So it means that it's not everywhere you're going to go to, because your body is going to betray you. The touch that normally does not do you anything, you will just melt. And you would know, which is the mad thing, because once that thing passes, it's almost like the consequences of your bad behavior comes like a flood in your head. Then you now have periods that will now come with a vengeance to flush it out. So you practically have to know, okay, this is what's happening to me right now. Then there are times where it is triggered by what you're hearing, because we're very moved by the things that we hear. Yeah. So a guy is constant talking to you about something. You don't like him, for context, but he keeps at it. If he can buy your ear, he can buy the pants. Straight. Yes. Continuous. He says it long enough. You stop seeing any flaw. You're just hearing what he's saying. So some guys know how to do it. They just talk to you constantly. Morning, afternoon. Attention is a thing for us girls.
Yeah.
It's a thing. The person who gives us attention the most and catches our ear tends to have the body in the long run. So what are you giving your ear to? So you find that the scripture is not even plain when you say, incline your ear to my... Yeah. Put your ear where you're supposed to have structure. The more you give your ear to the things that build you up, the more there isn't really space for a lot of things to come. And even when they come, you have a defense mechanism because you've been giving your ear over and over and over to something. So it's your biology, it's what's happening in your body, hormones, things are changing. It's what you're giving attention to. I used to say that girls are not visual. I beg to differ. Some of us are highly visual. As in, some of us, it's the looking of you like, ha, ha, ha. So, when they now, again, the world will now condition you to think in terms of strict and straight lines. No, there are grays everywhere. There's some of us that is just looking at the guy. We have calculated the bed finish. So it's like, oh, girls are more inclined to their emotions. It's a lie. It's not all of us. So some of us is emotion, is the fact that we saw you are fine. Some of us is your voice. So you have to know your triggers. Like, make it an adventure with God to know your design. And then you are with the manufacturer. Okay, knowing that there's some kind of voice that is to trigger some kind of things. How do we navigate it? Because I'm not going to be shutting down all the time. Somebody with a fantastic voice talks to me. Some people, it's hands. It can be anything. So you need to know. And yes, the first time it comes to you, you might not realize. But then you have to understand that, oh, this is normal. And this wasn't part of how I felt when this thing happened. What changed? And you track it again, catch it, and then audit and know, oh, okay, this is the kind of, and for you, it's also a clue, an outcome for the future. Because then again, you get to know when somebody is you're just sexually attracted to the person, and when this one it's not just sex, it's something a lot deeper. And you can also do that with your friends, because you know the friend, again, go and watch our previous episode about, how friendships can morph into something else. You just know that you are clicking with this person on a lot of levels, including body and sex. And then you want to have those conversations of, for the meantime, it's like, I will not be coming to your house. Why? I don't like the way my body responds to it. Because it does. So it's all that also for us. So for you people, 2 or 3 months, people are lucky. We do this every month.
Well, yeah, it all depends. Body are different for some people, but then again, you know that there's a problem in your mind and what you are consuming.
Yeah.
With your feed,
what you're reading,
what you're
watching, what you're even saying.
It might be a problem from your company.
Yeah.
When you are experiencing this more often than your natural body is supposed to experience it.
So you know that it's around.
That's a sign to now know that, okay, your self-control is not controlling. Because at this point now, there's a way God programmed the body for, okay, these certain times of the month, these certain times within your life cycle, it will come, you deal with it, you move on, another time it comes, you deal with it. That's how God programmed it for you to be able to overcome those urges. But now that you are feeling it every 2 days.
Yeah. So it means that there's something extra that has been added.
You won't be able to overcome it.
You will fall.
You fall.
You have to fall.
God did not even, because you can't be having the urge every 1 week. You pour water last week, this week, somebody talk, you have urge again, this week. What that is showing you
is a feedback mechanism
that your environment is not pure. That should be true. So if that's where you are, where it's looking so difficult, because I don't know anybody who is going to have sexual urge every 2 days and will not fall. You are going to, and God didn't design you to have it like that. So if that's a frequency at which your urges are coming, then purity needs to be checked in your environment,
whether it's virtual
your
or
mind,
it's physical.
Your media, your company. You want to check that, because it's not, while it's supposed to come, there's a frequency at which it's supposed to come that allows you to overcome it. Because sex is not the only thing you are dealing with as a teenager. Again,
do you understand?
There are so many other things that you are dealing with as a teenager. So now that everything that you are dealing with as a teenager is sex, there is a problem with purity in your environment. And so you need to check whether it's your movie, whether it's your friends, whether it's your songs, whether it's your virtual world. You need to start clicking that I'm not interested in this.
Yeah, because it gives you the choice of interested or not interested.
You need to start clicking, I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in
not
this.
Interested.
I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in this.
And maybe for some of you who are very, into the virtual space, you might want to do like a detox. You might want to actually take let's baby steps. Let's do like 2 days. 2 days.
Clear your head.
Like breathe fresh air. Put your feet on the floor. Walk around. Neat. And cook, clean. You want to get out of that space and then start to increase, because you're rewiring your system. So it's like how people want to do intermittent fasting. And some people just enter and say they are going to do 18 to 20 hours. Of course, you're going to crash. So they first move breakfast time to, instead of eating at 8 o'clock. Instead of eating at 8, we say, okay, we're going to eat at 10. It's going to do like you're going to die. But then your body adjusts to 10 o'clock. Then after a few days, you move it to 12. Then before you know it, you're doing 16 hours. You're doing 20 if you want to do that.
So stamina. That's great.
So just a little bit at a time. In fact, start with, if 2 days is too much, start with putting, what they call that thing? It's not do not disturb. the one where your phone actually shuts down your social media at
you
a
can set
particular
your phone,
time.
where
So
it doesn't allow you go online.
so it shuts down, your screen goes off, you can't access till a particular time. And then discipline. Tell yourself that this is why you are doing the thing that you are doing, because you don't want to be in this circle all the time. And honor it, sleep by 9 o'clock, for heaven's sakes. Sleep well, and think about something else in the morning to do. So you can start to do those things to help curate the environment that you want to be in. And then check your friends. If you're constantly having the urges and all they're doing is like, now so this life be, you have a problem, because who are you going to fall back on?
That will help you stand. So it's all part of the checks that you're putting in your mind. What are you reading? And that's how you walk through it. That's how you walk through your things. I would like to add that you need to get a mentor. I prefer it to be your parents, but if your parents can't serve, get somebody outside.
I not say your parents, but I know in an ideal world it's supposed to be your parents, but the truth is your parents might also be dealing with stuff.
The conversation might be awkward, but you need to
It's going to be awkward.
It's going to help keep you sane. It's going to help keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Then we've been saying it in passing, but let me emphasize. You see that your relationship with the Holy Spirit, that's the greatest help you're going to have.
Better talk to the Holy Spirit.
That's the greatest help you're going to have.
Because he's the one who understands your design and makeup.
Yeah, that's the
So
greatest
it's almost like, again, this Apple and Samsung.
This one that you're afraid to tell the Holy Spirit that you are feeling sexual, you're feeling honest.
There's a problem.
I don't know how you're going to do it.
I don't know how you're going to do it.
But you're going to have honest discussion. So you can tell the Holy Spirit, I'm feeling the thing. You know the thing now. If that's how you talk to him, just talk.
Even if that's not how you talk to him, find your rhythm with him, because at the end of the day, it's like Apple going to tell Samsung, this how my body is doing me. They don't understand what you're talking about. But now the person that created you, created the feelings, understands your wiring. Because truly, you might be talking to somebody else, but their experience is not yours.
Yeah, they're different.
So this thing is a very personal thing.
The way they handle it is different from the way you are supposed to handle it. So the advice will not help.
Exactly. So I can tell you that, what I do is that when I feel the urge, and this is not what I do, please, I jog for 80 kilometers or 80 minutes, and then by the time I've sweated it all out, I'm fine. You might jog for 2 days, and in fact, you will come back hornier than you were when you began. So you have to understand your own triggers.
Yeah.
You have to understand your wiring, and who best to talk with it. This one you're saying that prayer is boring. This is what you're supposed to be talking to God. Prayer can never be short in this type of situation. No, it can't. No. You will constantly pray without ceasing. And then you begin to enjoy it, because it's not just talking to him. You're going to be getting ideas. Maybe we should consider not doing this.
Yeah.
Or pictures are painted that, okay, maybe we should go in that direction. Follow the thought process as it's going, because those are your answers.
Yeah.
I know. And then somebody just pops up in your head, like, call this person and send this person a message.
Yeah.
Have a conversation. Those are your answers to prayers, because we're waiting for the thunder and lightning, and it might just be a direction in switch your mind to this. You said you were going to be doing Duolingo, French. It might be a good time to start, so you transfer the energies into learning
Again,
Spanish.
other discipline is building for something for your future.
Exactly.
And how you handle life that you need.
Exactly.
It's training you need for the future. If you skip these classes, you won't like the results. Guaranteed. You won't like the results.
I think we've exhausted this thing.
Yeah. So that's the roadmap to dealing with sexual desires as a teen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that's the roadmap. You get to come out on the other side, and you are staying, because purity is protecting your calling. It's making you sharp for what God is building you for.
So purity sharpens your purpose.
It sharpens you to execute your purpose. It's not rules, it's destiny. It's guiding your destiny. The desire is God-given.
Yeah.
But you need to build the discipline and the programming that will allow you deliver the result of the desire. Yeah.
And that programming has to be repeated over time.
Yes, very important. Very important. You need to. I know you've probably heard this a lot of times, but you're not winning because your programming and your word is not guarded. You're not intentional about your mind space, your media space. You just think you can see cleavages all day and not dream about breasts. It's not
How
possible.
now? How?
They don't go together. Your
Even
mind,
when you watch a
your mind is
movie
already
at
filled
night and
with
you see
it.
hamburger, the next day
your
you want
mind
to
is
eat
already full
hamburger.
with it. So you need to remember that this is protecting your calling.
Yeah.
And is helping shape you for your future. And this time is the best time for you to build those habits, because I know you know a lot of adults that don't have them. The reason why they did not have them is because they skipped it when they were teens like you. If you skip it now, you will have the same problem
Yeah,
in the future.
and you're
There's
going
no-
to, and
there's no two
no
ways
jokes,
about
you're
it.
still going to have to deal with it, because anything, I don't think God is interested in disgracing you publicly or disgracing you at all.
That's the devil's job.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't build these habits, if you don't build these programs around you, now that you seemingly don't have anything to lose, trust me, when you do have something to lose,
This is the training ground.
This teenage age is the training phase.
And the way
of your
life works is that it doesn't ask you if you have passed the training.
No.
The next phase will
It's
just come.
just going to come.
Yeah.
So,
If you don't pass the training,
carry
you will
over.
see that next phase have come more. And next
you're
phase will
not-
not say, oh yeah, now you have lost. Oh yeah. It just keep coming. It will just keep coming at you. So your best bet is to use this time and use it for what the time is made for. But what the devil is doing is to make sure you do not use your time wisely now.
Yeah.
So that
And I even want to even extend it. It's not just, teen. It's teen to your 20s, you're 25. You're 21, you're 22, you're 23, you're 24, you're 25. Your 20s, teens to your 20s, use it properly. Because 30, you have to start to prove, not just to everybody, but to yourself, that you have small sense.
yeah, it will be glaring then.
Yeah. And it will not be cute.
It will be glaring then. If you don't like the result, like a lot of people don't like the results, well, you can't blame anybody for not liking it.
Yeah.
And then you will see that life was way more than having sex. And sex was way more than just sleeping with people. It was a tool God uses to shape you for what He has called you to do. And how well you're able to handle that tool determine how well He's able to put more into your hands to execute.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
we'll see you in the next episode. I hope if you have more questions, we'll take them in the comment section. But thank you very much for your time.
All right.
Thank you, Ibelema, for doing this. Peace out, people. Bye-bye.
Arigato.
Home to the place where the mending begins.